Mexican longboard tour. Let's go. Mobbing through my hood here. Mobbing through Colosio. This is the spot. This is the spot. Sometimes I get chased by dogs, but you know, keeps me limber. Hola. Super friendly people here. It's just the dogs that don't love me. Everyone else loves me. Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. 10 pesos un litro. Eso. Yeah. So this is my preferred way to get exercise these days. Is just straight up mob on the longboard. I haven't taken a taxi or a bus or colectivo since I've been here in Playa, and it's just so much better that way. You get the sights and the smells and the sounds, although the smells aren't always the best. To cross the busy street without stopping. Whoa, whoa, Yeah, you know, the bicycle seems more practical, but the longboard is way more fun. And honestly, sometimes when I'm mobbing on like La Quinta or wherever, I'm going faster than the bicyclist anyway. You know, like I'm mobbing right now. Whoop! Over the speed bump. Woo! Fuck you, speed bump. The only time a bike would be better is when it's dumping rain. I don't really like to ride my longboard in the rain and ruin my bearings. But otherwise, I prefer the longboard. Just since the start of this video, I've gone close to a mile, about 3/4. Yeah, this is 62nd. So I've gone 3/4 of a mile in just 3 minutes, and I'm not even really pumping that hard, not really too winded. But so one of the benefits of longboarding is getting a yoked up calf. Like my right calf, which is the leg I push with. Vamos, una carrera. Ah! Yeah. Pásale. Yeah.
Adios.
Bueno, adios. Almost just hit these kids on a bike. Gotta be friendly though. I invited them to a race and instead they just kind of got in the middle of the road and stopped. Not what I was expecting. But yeah, you can imagine too with your plant leg, which is my left leg. So all the time when I'm pushing with my right leg, my left leg is the only one on the board stabilizing me, and so my left quadricep and foot, like the foot musculature, actually gets a lot stronger too. Like the arch of the foot gets really strong on both feet, but especially that plant foot on the board. So this is a great way to skip leg day in the gym and just not look like you skipped leg day in the gym. I still have another mile to go to get to Walmart, And yes, we got Walmart in Mexico. Yes, we have Home Depot in Mexico. And yes, those are still some of the best options for getting just stuff for your apartment after you move in. For example, I'm going to buy towels today. Maybe some more cutlery for the kitchen, maybe another knife. I like to cook at home a lot, so that stuff is important for me to have 2 or 3 really good sharp knives. Let's see if I can cross this one. Oh, here we go. Let's fucking go. Ah! But yeah, I just noticed how much more I smile in the day when I ride my longboard instead of walk or run or take a bicycle. I'm just like, my smile to frown ratio is so much better. Woo! And also, if I do get back to surfing, I feel like my legs, my balance, my cardio, everything will be a lot better and more ready for the surfing if I go to like Puerto Escondido to ride some waves here in a couple months or 3 months. So that's another thing. Honestly, I went and looked at a bicycle yesterday on Facebook Marketplace, and I rode it for like 2 blocks, and I felt more sore in my legs. Maybe the seat was too low or something, but I felt more like fatigue and soreness in my legs just from riding the bike a few blocks. Whereas the longboard, you're upright, you're just coasting. And as a guy, I will say no more, but as a guy, sitting on a bicycle seat has never been the most comfortable thing for me. Oh, another busy street. Go, 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 go. Gotta communicate. Gotta communicate. Okay. I don't know, man. I don't know how to cross these streets. It's better than Quito, I'll tell you that. As you've noticed here, now I'm going the wrong way. As you've noticed here, the traffic is not bad. A lot of people go around on scooters, longboards, bicycles, tuk-tuks, little tuk-tuk, motorcycle there. Another motorcycle here rounding the corner right there. So the traffic is actually really not bad. All right, I'm gonna go. This is 20th. We're already down to 38th. So we're just mobbing. We're just mobbing. I've already almost gotten across town. I'm already in the center. And people tend to pay a lot more to live down here in the center of Playa del Carmen. The problem for me is the noise. If you live too close to La Quinta, 5th Avenue, you just hear this poof, poof, poof. All the clubs, you know, trying to compete to see who can have the loudest music. I would rather have a couple barking dogs, maybe even a rooster, than a bunch of club music until, you know, 2 or 3 in the morning. I like to get my sleep and enjoy the mornings here. That's just me, but it's not worth it to me to pay twice the pesos to live in a place that's noisier when I can just get down here on a bicycle or a longboard in a matter of, you know, minutes. What are we at? 9 minutes here, and I've gone almost the full 2 miles that I needed to go. So, you know, when you can average easily 5-6 miles an hour, and obviously I'm recording, so I'm going a little slower than I would be if I was really just paying full attention. But you can average, you know, 6-7 miles an hour on a longboard. You can forget about paying these abusive taxi drivers, you know, 120 pesos to basically do what I just did in 10 minutes on a longboard, and all while getting vitamin D and exercise. So I'm already almost to my destination. I use these streets between 10th and 30th to get around because there's very little traffic, as you can see here. And the pavement is better. Some of these main avenues like 10th and 30th have this grooved pavement, and I think it's so that when when we have bad storms and weather and the streets flood, the vehicles and buses can still get traction with the grooved pavement. But the problem for me with that type of pavement on a longboard is it just kills my momentum. There's way too much friction on my wheels. And even though I have big wheels on this longboard, it just kills me. I have to pump like twice as many times to go the same distance or the same speed. And I think it's really bad for the bearings over the long term to have that grooved pavement. Another trick on the longboard is to wear like a chest bag. I feel like when I have too much stuff in my pockets, it's a lot more restricted and less fun. Whereas if I have like nothing in my pockets, I just feel like I'm surfing, you know? Surfing in like some board shorts. I never know if these dogs are gonna come at me. It's always like a little trust fall kind of thing. Like I look at the dog, I slow down a little bit, like, are we doing this? No, we're not doing this. Okay, cool, thank you. But yeah, as you can see, we're getting into the part of town with these nicer condos. They go for, you know, 16, 20,000 pesos. I only pay 6,500 pesos for my place, but some of these are, you know, over $1,000 a month here. Palmeras condo living. You can see, you know, they have the nice reception and all that. But is it really worth paying 3 times as much when you can have all the comforts? If you speak Spanish, if you know how to acquire an apartment, is it worth paying 3 times as much to live somewhere you can get to in 10 minutes on a bicycle or a longboard? For me, I say no. And like getting all this sunshine and exercise every day is not a curse. It's not a curse. It's more of a blessing for sure. So for me, I've gotten in much better shape since moving here from Ecuador. The constant vitamin D, the constant exercise. And we're at almost 13 minutes and I'm just rolling up to my destination. So we're gonna wrap this video up. We are now in the creme de la creme of the properties here. These places go easily for over $1,000 a month, and they're really not much nicer than my place. My place has modern finishes, you know, air conditioning, and a Cali king size bed, everything included, furnished for, like I said, 6,500 pesos. So I'm just gonna stay over in my neighborhood. I like the character of it. I like the authentic Mexican neighborhoods quite a bit. Oh, big speed bump. Quite a bit more than these condo buildings with reception and stuff. But that's just me. A lot of people can and will happily pay you know, $1,000, $1,200 a month. A lot of people moving from the US, that's just super cheap. But keep in mind, like, you're driving up inflation if you're willing to pay double what an apartment is actually worth. Just because you can afford it doesn't mean it's a good idea. Inflation has kind of killed us in the US. Don't bring that down to Mexico. If you are gonna move down here, don't overpay for shit just because you can. Don't do it. Pay a fair price. Keep the inflation in check. Don't pay 22,000 pesos for an apartment that's worth 9,000. Just don't do it for the sake of everyone else down here. And I'll leave you with that final thought, because I love living in Mexico. I've spent close to 3 years, maybe a little more of my life in total down here. And life is good. Let's keep it that way. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, give it a like, follow, please. It helps grow the channel. even though that's not my main goal in life, to get followers and subscribers and likes, I would definitely like this content to reach more people. So yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Nos vemos. Peace. Rope Monster out.